Hello there, welcome to Education Konekt, the most authoritative TV magazine on the education sector in Nigeria. This program features news, analysis, and general information on schools and training institutions in the country. The segments on this program include Star Student of the Week, where you get to meet some of the best brains and exceptionally gifted students from schools across Nigeria. We also have news segment for all the stories as it affects the interests of students, from the pupils in the nursery and primary schools to the students in the tertiary colleges. You get to watch all this on this program. Our School of the Week is a well-packaged documentary meant to guide parents on choice of schools for their wards. Every week, we feature a distinguished Nigerian who is worthy of emulation in our Role Model for Students segment. And there is the education roundup for upcoming news and events in the sector. With these and many more, we hope to make your day as you watch this program. I am Olajide Ige, your anchor. Please stay tuned for the news segment presented by Moyo Faraway.
Gala, my G, anytime, anywhere.
NUT asks private schools to join union. A flashback at Children's Day celebration in Lagos State. Governor Babatunde Fashola relaunches Uniformed Voluntary Association in Lagos schools. Caleb University reinstates commitment to vision. Niger State government shuts 41 illegal private schools. This and many more coming shortly. Welcome to the news segment of Education Konekt. My name is Moyo Faraway. University Press PLC recently organized an educational workshop with the theme Laying a Solid Educational Foundation Through Quality Books. The workshop had in attendance teachers, proprietaresses, lecturers, parents, and the media. Focus was on the role of behavioral objectives with speakers on various subjects such as mathematics, language skills, and the sciences. The manager, Yinka Laguke, told participants at the workshop to put high value on books so as to achieve quality education. Vice Chancellor of the University of Ibadan, Professor Olufemi Bamiro, has said that part of the 5.5 billion federal government intervention fund to the institution will be used to build new hostels and rehabilitate old ones. Bamiro described the intervention as a welcome development, not only for the university, but the entire country. He said the fund will go a long way in addressing the decades of neglect the university system has suffered. Some weeks ago, the Minister of Education, Dr. Sam Egu, said the federal government has earmarked 42 billion naira for the upgrading of infrastructure in 6 universities, 3 polytechnics, 3 College of Education, and the Nigerian Defense Academy. The Ministry of Education in Niger State has shut down 41 illegal private schools in the state over non-compliance with standards. Commissioner for Education Ajia Asman Yusuf said some of the schools lacked conducive learning environment with inadequate infrastructure, non-qualified teaching staff, and were not registered. The affected schools are located in Suleja, Kontagora, New Busa, Bida, Kutigi, and Rijua. The National Examination Council (NECO) has called on the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps to partner with it in the council's report to curb malpractices during the conduct of examination. A senior official of NECO, Mr. Adolf Labechi, said the council appreciates the role played by the corps in the immediate past university matriculation exam and had resolved to partner with it. Responding, the Commandant General of NSCDC, Dr. Ade Abolori, noted that education is the bedrock of every nation, saying there was a need to sanitize the system completely. Governor Fashola said the cardinal policy of his administration is to empower the children as tomorrow's leaders in order to realize their dreams and aspirations, and that indulgence in pornography would derail them from reaching their goals. The governor called on parents to spend more time with their children and pay attention to what they do. He also advised children to keep their environment clean, asking them to be focused if they must attain excellence in their endeavors. He pleaded with all adults to celebrate children every day, as they are the treasure of the nation. Governor Fashola described the mind as the greatest resource for achieving excellence.
I believe that our Creator has equipped you with the most powerful instrument possible to accomplish any goal of your choice, and that instrument is your mind. I urge you to ensure that your mind remains a fertile field, a theater of dreams for great ideas. You must always remember also that it is a terrible thing to waste such an asset. You can cultivate the powers of your mind through reading. Reading about diverse issues and diverse subjects. No knowledge is ever wasted.
Still on the Children's Day activities, Cadbury Nigerian PLC, makers of Bonvita, organized the breast cancer awareness walk in conjunction with COPE Network Initiative, which featured school pupils across Lagos. Ebuola Anoze of COPE said the essence of the program is for the children to remind their mothers to have their breasts examined while also celebrating Children's Day.
It's for the children to mark the Children's Day and for the children to remind their mothers to have their breasts examined as an act of love, to show love that they care for their mothers.
Taken off from Sheraton Hotel Ikeja, the children walked all the way to Police Parade Ground, also in Ikeja, where they were treated to musical shows featuring Faze, Earthquake and comedian Binga Denka the First. The children also had fun as they slugged it out in a dance competition. Ronnie Comprehensive School, Ejigbo, has emerged winner of the Best School of the Year award at an educational awards ceremony instituted by the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA Channel 10. The school principal, Mrs. Mogbojubola Ojerinde, while receiving the award, said the school will continue to lay emphasis on quality education for her pupils so that they would always excel in any human endeavor they find themselves. Authorities of the University of Ilorin, Unilorin, has expelled 38 students of the institution for allegedly gaining admission into the university through fraudulent means. A statement issued by the management of the university alleged that the students failed to authenticate their certificates and what was presented can be described as questionable credentials. The Nigerian Union of Teachers (NUT) has called for membership of teachers in private schools, saying teachers in private institutions should be allowed to join the union. National President of the NUT, who is also the National President of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Comrade Abubakar Umar, said that the NUT had been at loggerheads with private schools proprietaries on the need to ensure that teachers in private schools join the union. About 150 teachers have taken part in a workshop organized by the Lagos State Ministry of Education. Director of the State Education Resource Center, Mrs. Sidikat Abiola, said the program held last month was designed to help public schools use instructional materials effectively. She said the program was part of a design by the Ministry of Education to positively engage teachers and add value to what is impacted on the pupils. The chairman of the Parent Teacher Association, Green Spring School, Mr. Misan Areyeke, has called on pupils to see discipline as a virtue that offers lots of benefits rather than look at it as punishment. He said this at the inauguration of the school's bus scheme, where 3 buses were presented to the management of the school by the association. The head of the school, Mr. Richard Woods, who commends the effort of the PTA, called on Nigerians to have a change of heart about the negative way they look at the teaching profession. The Vice-Chancellor, Caleb University, Magodo, Lagos, Professor Timothy Olurotimi Tayo, has restated the institution's commitment towards the production of quality manpower to drive the commercial, technological, and environmental sector of the nation. He also said that prospective applicants for the 2009-2010 academic admission will write the post-university matriculation examination test on the 20th of June. The university's public relations officer, Mr. Bimbola Oluslesi, said that the university had also concluded arrangements to move all its students to the permanent site at Mota, Ogun State, before commencement of the 2009-2010 academic section, which begins 20th of September this year. A professor of education policy in the Newcastle University, England, James Tooley, has blamed the poor performance of students in public schools to the carefree attitude of their teachers while delivering the lead paper titled Funding Qualitative Education in Lagos State at the 2nd Lagos State Education Summit. The University Don, who has carried out comprehensive research work on public schools in countries including Nigeria, noted that the performance of students in private schools was better as a result of the negative attitude of public teachers who are better remunerated and more qualified. He advised the regulatory authorities in the education sector to monitor the commitment of teachers in public schools. We will serve you details of the 2nd Lagos State Education Summit in our subsequent editions. The alternate chairman of the Association of Vice-Chancellor of Nigerian Universities, Professor Atahil Jega, has emphasized the need for training, research, and service for all academics toward repositioning educational system in a conference. Jega said the conference discussed a lot of issues towards repositioning university education and expressed the hope that the recommendation of the conference will be implemented by the government. The proprietress of Kenzie House School, Lagos, Mrs. Wumi Adetipe, has stressed the need to raise the bar in the nation's education sector. She said this was a basic prerequisite for the achievement of overall development in the country. Adetipe said that there is need for investment in technological and manpower development to make universities able to produce quality graduates. She also noted that the educational standard in Nigeria cannot be compared to the rest of the world and urgent measures should be taken to address the worrisome trends in the country. That's the news on Education Konekt. My name is Moyo Faraway.
My daddy makes me very proud because he's achieved so many things. He even played in the Olympics and they gave the whole team gold medals. My dad says this was his proudest moment, to be a Nigerian. And he also won lots of other stuff.
That's right, my boy. It's good to be at the top of your game. So it was a big shock to me when the doctor said I might never play again. But I was determined to never give up, so I worked harder to be even better. Through this, I've learned that you can overcome life's biggest challenges and achieve your greatest dreams. You just need to dig deep and believe in one thing: yourself. It's in you.
The authorities of Doland International School, Akute, say the school has what it takes to meet your expectation of the best in the education of your children. Let's find out on School of the Week.
With the founding of Doland International School in July 1992 began a revolution and birth of an elite group of schools focused on providing the highest standard of education obtainable anywhere in the world. Doland International School has two magnificent architectural masterpieces on a fenced, sprawling piece of land opposite a massive school gate. The reception, playgroup, nursery and primary schools, as well as the offices of the principal officers, occupy the building on the right wing, while the building on the left wing houses the secondary school and the offices of the principal, the vice principal, the teacher's common room, laboratories and classrooms. The pre-secondary wing comprises one class of reception, one class of playgroup, 2 classes of nursery and 11 of primary. Also on this wing is an art studio, music room and well-ventilated classrooms. Here, children are given sound training in character and learning, trained to be self-confident, self-reliant and to aspire to insurmountable heights of accomplishment.
For children to do well is not something that happens overnight. It comes about with the planned scheme of the school. If school has a well-planned scheme, coupled with the teachers, the quality of staff, then the way the scheme is also implemented, and in total, that brings out the high standard of the children. From the nursery, at nursery level, we use what we call the Montessori method. As we graduate to the primary, we change it to the conventional method because it's not too easy for children to make it using the Montessori method alone.
In Doland Primary School, hard work, discipline and self-reliance are non-negotiable for every pupil, even in the absence of corporal punishment. The authorities follow a strict procedure for intake of new students.
If you want to admit anybody into this school, he or she has to be tested. They will be able to determine his ability and suitability for the class he or she is applying.
To the right of the primary school wing is the football field. Further right is the secondary school building. On the top floor are the classrooms, laboratories for biology, chemistry, physics, introductory technology, home economics, the visual art room, typing pool, and the office blocks. Discipline, strength of character, and self-reliance are taken very seriously here. Student population is sizable in well-ventilated and properly lit classrooms. The secondary school has 2 arms for each class, a science class as well as a class for arts and commercial.
We make sure the foundation is secured. We make sure their foundation are perfect. From there, we build on it to ensure that by the time they are getting to that class, they must have gone through different exams, ranging from their usual test to their end of term examination.
Class facilities make excellent performance by students and pupils a commonplace reality in Doland International School. Because of the intimate connection between mental alertness and academic excellence, every student engages in sporting activities as an essential part of the academic program for both the pre-secondary and secondary levels. This comes on a weekly basis as well as the annual inter-house sports. The hostels accommodate primary and secondary school students. The hostels are overseen by qualified competent caregivers, including a certified nurse. The use of dockets for making purchases at the tuck shop makes the Doland community a cashless one. The annual summer holiday trips to countries in Europe offer students and teachers a hands-on experience of school settings in the Western countries. Indeed, an increasing number of people from all across Nigeria have realized over the years that Doland International School is not one of the usual schools in the neighborhood. There is Doland and the others. Students and pupils win several awards in the sciences, mathematics, debate competitions and sports across the country on an annual basis. No wonder final year students of Doland Secondary School secure university admission at home and abroad purely on merit every session, becoming standard bearers to their classmates.
The program is still Education Konekt here on your favorite station. We'll be back shortly.
Listen, stick to him but look for the break.
Okay, coach, I will let you down.
Okay, everybody, let's go.
Ovaltine has all your kids need to stay active, focused, and energized.
Mr. Chairman, may we begin?
Whatever their future holds.
Rosie.
Be smart. Choose Ovaltine.
On Role Model, we present to you a gentleman whose activities in the education sector is setting higher standard in community social responsibility.
Going the extra mile to positively do things beyond the ordinary sets a man apart. Positive change comes to any society when focus and consistency find a conducive heart, the kind of heart found only among persons with a rare winning streak. One of such men sits on top of one of Nigeria's most successful multinationals. He is sold out to bringing about positive change around him. The passion, the fire of turning his environment and indeed his nation around is the driving force behind his interest in changing the educational sector for the better. As a young graduate of industrial chemistry of the University of Benin in 1985, through his MBA program in the same university in 1988, to the various executive courses abroad, including the Michigan Business School, Ann Arbor, USA, our role model in this edition have been prepared for the role of a leader with quiet revolutionary change. Apart from effecting positive development in UAC since his appointment as Group Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer in October 1988, Larry Etta, who joined UAC in 1991 as a management trainee, is leading his management team in an initiative tagged Goodness League, which kicked off in 2007. The initiative aims at giving expression and meaning to Nigeria's educational sector through credible intervention so as to reposition and rebrand the country's legacy schools. The initiative has spread its tentacles to schools across the country, and they include Nigeria's oldest secondary schools, CMS Grammar School, Bariga, and St. Finbar's College, Akoka, both in Lagos. The League also visited schools in the Northwest, like the famous Rumfa College and Government College, both in Kano, as well as Al-Hudauda College and Government College, both in Kaduna. All the schools visited benefited as the League provided infrastructure for effective learning. Laboratory equipment, books and other physical infrastructure formed the core of the League's hard issues. Soft issues such as voluntary weekend lectures to SS3 students by management and staff also formed part of the Goodness League initiative. Larry Etta, our role model on this edition, says the initiative is a matter of corporate responsibility and clarion call on other corporate bodies to assist government in revitalizing the educational sector, which is underfunded.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
UAC, doing good.
That is how far we can go on this edition of Education Connect. We'll be back again on this station next week. On behalf of the entire production crew, this is your anchor, Olajide Ige, saying bye for now.